Yes.
Right, sir. Dr. Enzing Lama is assistant professor from IITM Noida Center and is a great adventure enthusiast. Is what I every time get to hear from about Lama sir, that he's an adventure enthusiast. Sir, we'll have your session
Yes.
now. I request you to start, please.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Ranu. And good
Yes,
afternoon to students from all the centers. Uh, so today I'm going to take your session on essential knowledge and skills required in tourism industry. So I think as you all are new to tourism, most of you are not, because some of the students have already done BBA, I guess, in tourism. But still, I'll start with the essential knowledge and the skills required in tourism. So starting with first, I will just discuss about the brief of tourism, right, in a simple manner, and later I'll come to the knowledge and skills required in the tourism industry. So moving forward, when we talk about tourism in simple words, it is moving from one place to another, right? In simple words, and it can be an adventure trip, it can be a journey, it can be a vacations, it can be a trip, voyages, right? As well as it can be a responsible travel from one area to another area as a tourist. So when we talk about travel, it is can be heading for the voyages, right? And it can be a journey towards realizations of dream. It can be a bunch of experience and experiments. It can be being with oneself, a step towards self-actualization, right? And unwinding oneself in the lap of nature. So moving forward, so it's all about tourism. So when we talk about tourism, it can be also a perfect opportunity to socialize. It can be a holiday. It can be 3 hours that are rest, relaxation, and rejuvenations, right? And we have a famous quote by Saint Augustine. It says that the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only page, right? And today, travel, when we talk about it, is an essential life experience, because most of the time, people from all the area, from all the country or the region, they travel, right? Whether it's a family trip, whether it's a friend's trip or the student trips, right? So they normally travel, and the things are being changed nowadays. And it also kind of igniting the curiosity, like travel can be a way of life, thrill attached with finding new ways of life, new people, new cultures, and see how people can exist in different ways. So that is of the world views. So moving forward, tourism is experimental, tourism is imperable, right? It is experimental and edutainment. So when we talk about experimental, whenever you go for any activity, whenever you involve into any activities, then that can be experimental. And imperable because it is short duration, the time is very short, but the memory will be there. And it is experiential, because of experiment you will do experiment, right? And nowadays we can say that tourism is a edutainment, because whenever you're going to any places, you are learning the things. Like tourism is edutainment because learning and knowing is a human need, and this is education. And education is two things we have, that is knowing and realizing, right? So normally when we go to any places for vacations, we come to know about that place, about their culture, about the many things. So that's why it is a kind of education only, with the entertainment part in it. So there is one small video I'll just show you of UNWTO, okay? And we'll move forward after that.
Sir, hello, sir. Hello.
Lama sir, there is no sound in the video.
Lama sir, can you hear us, please? Lama sir?
Lama sir,
So that was a small video regarding tourism of UNWTO, that it shows that how tourism enriches, right? So,
Lama sir,
ah,
sir, if you can hear, sir,
yes.
we were unable to hear the video. Video में sound नहीं था sir.
Okay. So shall I play this video again?
Yes sir, if possible, so as like we are able to understand it properly.
Okay, actually, in my side, the volume was full, so I was unable to hear you. Just
So
hold.
in case if it is possible only.
Okay. Can you hear the sound?
No sir.
Hello?
No sir, it's not audible.
Sir,
Hello?
So unable to hear sir.
So can you hear the sound now? Hello? Ranu?
Yes sir, no sir, not able to hear.
Acha, so I think there is some issue with the my.
So you can continue with your lecture sir. It's
Okay,
fine.
so I'll continue because everything was written over there. Background was just a music.
Yes, fine sir, fine.
Okay, okay.
Please continue sir.
Yeah. So that was a small video of UNWTO, which shows that how it is related with everything, right? And how it enhances, enriches, sorry. So when we talk about tourism, tourism is one of the largest and the fastest growing global industries. And it says that tourism industry has emerged as a key driver for a socio-economic development worldwide. And when we talk about tourism, it is an amalgamation of various sectors of economy such as accommodation, transportation, entertainment, travel trade, and ancillary enterprises. And tourism is now the third largest exporter in terms of global earning after fuel and chemicals, according to UNWTO highlights 2016. So they have declared over there. And it is also a knowledge which invites each one of us to come and discover the vivid culture and bring the world together. And its uniqueness always attracts people and give everybody a fervent pleasure of to traveling. And for some countries, tourism is a bread and butter because they are earning only because of that. For example, we have Nepal, we have Indonesia, right, and Philippines. So these all are the countries where the tourism plays a very important role. And however, there are two aspects of tourism. They are like it's a capacity to generate employment, both directly as well as indirectly, and its potential to earn hard international currency for the host country. So that's why nowadays everybody in the country, they normally talk about tourism. Moving forward, a bit about India. When we talk about India and tourism, in India we see a origin of concept of tourism in the Sanskrit language, and it has given us a three terms derived from the root word that is athana, which means going out. So somewhat similar to tourism travel, right? Some going out is athana, and these three types are like tirthayana, paryatana, and disathana. So when we talk about tirthana, traveling for the religious purpose, right? And since many years, people are traveling for the religious purpose, whether it's a Hindu, Muslim, Buddhism, right? Jainism. So in India, when we talk about, we have various kind of religions, and people travel for the religious purpose also. And paryatana, which is a kind of tourist, and it means one means leaving one's resident to travel for the sake of rest and for seeking knowledge. So that is paryatana. And the last one is disathana, that is means traveling for the economic benefit, for the business travel, right? So these things are already there in the Indian context, in the Sanskrit language. Now, moving forward, we will discuss about the main topic coming to knowledge and skills in tourism industry. Now, when we talk about knowledge and skills, which plays a very essential role in the field of tourism industry, and two words that describe a personal competence, they are knowledge and skill. And at the first glance, both of them seems synonyms, but give it a small thought, then you will realize that both of them are different concepts. So knowledge is very important. Equally, skills are also very important. So knowledge, when we talk about it, is the information required through sensory inputs like by reading, watching, listening, touching, etc. And knowledge refer to the learning concepts, principles, and the informations regarding a particular subject by a person through books, magazines. It can be by media. It can be by encyclopedias, academic institutes like college or the universities, and even other sources are there for getting the knowledge. And the concept of knowledge refers to familiarity with factual informations and theoretical concepts. So knowledge can be transferred from one person to another, or it can be self-acquired through observations and the study. So knowledge, when we talk about, it is in a simple manner, it is about theory. And when we talk about skills, skill is the ability to perform a certain task or a role. So if you have a knowledge of the particular thing, so you have to perform in that particular way. So that is actually about the skill. And skills refers to successful applying the theory in the practice and getting expected results. And generally speaking, it implies that some forms of practice is required to hone the skill, to come up with the skill. And to make it simple, knowledge is theoretical and skills are practical. So that is a basic difference between knowledge and skills. So you can know all the rules of the sports. This is an example actually. All the rules of the sports, know all the teams and all the players, know all the statistics, but this only makes you knowledgeable about the sports. It does not make you any good at it. So you can't be a sports person after that, right? To become a good at the sports, you must play it, practice it technically, or practice the techniques, and also improve your skills through the experience. So that's why it is very, very important when you talk about knowledge, you have the knowledge of each and everything. But practicing the same thing in a right manner, that is actually very important to get ace of that. So that's why both goes hand in hand. Like knowledge can be learned, whereas skills requires practical exposure and can also be inborn. So sometimes skills can be inborn also. And now when we talk about knowledge skills, knowledge, ability to understand and recall informations, right? And skills like ability to perform activity with proficiency. And competence, when we talk about, it is a combination of both skills and knowledge applied in the context to achieve a desired outcome. So that is about competence. And knowledge and skills are two ingredients that largely determine how competent someone is in the certain field. So that is about these things. Now, coming to the main.
Lama sir, excuse me, please. Excuse me,
Yes,
Lama sir, Ranu here.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Sir, just wanted to tally and confirm, sir, are you using presentation or not? Because,
Yes.
sir, because your presentation is not shared as of now. Maybe
Oh,
after this video, we couldn't see your presentation.
okay, okay. I'll just try it once again.
Yes.
Uh, this is the one. Share. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible now.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I was knowing.
Absolutely fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we have just a quick revision. So after this video, we have discussed about tourism, and we have discussed about the various things like how it is the largest and the fastest growing global industries. We have also discussed about other things, that it is the emissions of accommodation, transportation, entertainment, travel, trade, and ancillary enterprises. After that, we have also discussed that UNWTO declared world tourism as the third largest exports, right? And after that, the two main aspects of tourism, right? That is for the employment generations and for the international currencies to the host countries. We have also discussed about this Sanskrit literature, where we have discussed about Athana, right? And we have Tithana, Paryatana, and Disatana. So we have come to the knowledge skills in the industry. We have discussed about that, how knowledge are important as well as the skills are important hand in hand, right? And we have also discussed with one example of knowledge and skills. So I was here. So starting with first, it says that knowledge, when we talk about, it is ability to understand and recall information. Skills, ability to perform and activity with proficiency. And when we talk about competency, combinations of skill and knowledge applied in the context to achieve a desired outcome. And knowledge and skills are two ingredients that largely determine how competent someone is in the certain field, right? So now coming to the main part, UNWTO classifications. Now, when we talk about UNWTO classifications, we have three main classifications, that is international, national, and internal. When we talk about international, it comes inbound and outbound. National, we have domestic and outbound, and internal, we have domestic and inbound. So just I have said this slide for you because most of the job which are created are some around, some of them are in around these areas only. Like for example, inbound, outbound, domestic, right? I think most of you know about inbound, outbound, and domestic. But let me tell you, when we talk about inbound is the thing where the tourists are coming to a particular host country. Like for example, foreigners from UK or US, they are coming to India, then that will become inbound tourists. And Indians, like for example us, when we are going to outside India, like outside our country, like we are going to Thailand, we are going to Australia, that then it is known as outbound, right? And domestic, when we talk about, when we cross the state borders, right, then it will become domestic, and that is dividing into international, national, and internal. So international may we have inbound and outbound. National we have outbound, domestic. Internal we have domestic, inbound. But when we see carefully, then we have inbound, outbound, and domestic, right? And whatever the job is there, especially in tourism, whether it's a travel agency, right, you have the main job in these areas only, whether it's inbound, outbound, or the domestic. So you have to handle domestic tourists, inbound tourists, or foreign tourists, or the foreigners, and otherwise you have to take Indian tourists to the other countries. So that is about these classifications. Now, when we talk about the career and knowledge required, especially in tourism industry, so it says that for setting up a career in tourism, you should be passionate about it. So being passionate about a career is very, very important in tourism industry, because most of the time what happens, like people or the students, those who are joining tourism courses, especially in any tourism colleges or universities, they feel that after entering in tourism, they will travel a lot, right? And their main motive is to travel from one place to another. But yes, you can travel, but travel is in a limited form. But here, you will make people travel, or you make your customer travel to other places. So you will be the manager, or you will be the main person who will uh, do each and everything for the tourist, right? Starting from sharing the packages, making the itineraries for them, right? Getting all the hotels done, transportations, and all the visa facilities. So these all are the activities which you have to do for others to travel. And the career in tourism is both exciting and demanding, which requires constant adaptation to challenge. So when we talk about tourism industry, there is always a challenge. And as you know that right now the pandemic is going on, and tourism is the first to hamper with this pandemic. And I think you have heard that it will be the last to overcome with the pandemic also. But still, the future is very bright when we talk about tourism, because no one can sit for a long time at the home, right? When everything will be okay, then people will travel various places, right? And when we talk about tourism, it is again a sensitive thing. Like whenever whatever happens in the world, tourism is the first to get affected. Like for example, if there is a bomb blast, right, first tourists will not come to that place. If there is politically stable, if the country is not politically stable, there is a terrorist attack or something, right, then the tourists will not go. If the place is not safe, right, the police tourists will not go. And if the safety and security is the big issue with the particular country, then again the tourists will not go to that particular area. Like for example, when we talk about India, people had think twice to go to uh, Kashmir or especially Naxalite areas, right? But they move frequently to the areas like Goa or Andaman Nicobar Islands. So that's why it is very, very important when we talk about tourism, and it is actually very sensitive. And tourism and travel drives exports, generate prosperity across the world and creates an array of jobs. So you have various areas where you can get the job, and 1 in 5 of all the jobs created across the world in the last decade has been in the travel and tourism sector. So travel tourism sector and its allied sector, and varied opportunity existing in the both the public as well as the private sector. So the opportunities are there in both private as well as the uh, private sector. Moving forward, like it says that the public sector has the opportunity in directorates and the Department of Tourism, whether it's a central or the government of India, whether it's a state or the state departments as a officer, information assistant, and as a tourist guides, etc. And for private sectors, you have m number of opportunities for travel agencies, tour operators, airlines, hotels, even transports and cargo companies, etc. So there is a vast array of opportunities. So starting with first, you have to decide in which area you would like to go. And apart from that, alternative career path is also are there nowadays. Like people are becoming entrepreneur, right? They are becoming retailers, or they have their franchises of different companies. And sometimes now the things are a bit changing, and now the people can also become freelance writer. They can become freelance travel blogger, and even they can become a photographer, travel photographer, right? So there are m number of opportunities nowadays to talk about tourism. Apart from that, if you want to come in government sector like us, if you want to be a teacher, then you have to give a NET exam, that is National Eligibility Test, right? And uh, that happens 2 times in a year, especially after during the time of third semester. You can apply for your NET exam, right? And after applying for the NET exam, if you go through that, then you will be eligible to become a lecturer or assistant professor in any universities and the colleges. And you can apply for your job if there is any vacancy in any college or the universities, especially in tourism. So there are GRF also. So after completing your NET and GRF, you can also go for the further studies like PhD, right? And these all are the things in tourism. Moving forward, degrees and the formal education in this course goes a long way in preparing you for the industry, and is an essential thing you should have, right? And this all makes you eligible for getting tourism and allied sector job. And the companies nowadays, they normally prefer the people having the master's degree to come in their companies, right? And when you see the rules and regulations of Ministry of Tourism for the travel agent, at least travel agents should have 2 or 3 MBAs, especially people having master's degree from any universities, colleges, or from IITTM. So that's why it is a plus point for you guys. And apart from that, being a student of BBA and MBA, IITTM will provide you all the knowledge required in the industry. So we have the syllabus in such manner that we will provide you all the knowledge which are actually required for the industry. And this syllabus covers all these subjects or the papers which are related to tourism and allied sector or the allied areas. And subjects like tourism concepts, tourism geography, tourism management, tourism products, travel agency management, itinerary planning, tourism transportation, tourism marketing, IT in tourism, right? Even the communication skills, history, right? Research. These all are the compulsory papers, especially for BBA as well as MBA. So for MBA, especially for 2 semesters, like first and second semesters, you have a compulsory paper, and you can see that is a foundation of the tourism part. So we will train you in such a manner that after second semester, you can find your proper path, and you can decide where to go for your job, for your further career, right? And after 2 years, after second semester, we will also send you for the summer internship or the summer training for 2 months, right? Then it will make you more clear that where you really would like to go. So after that, there are elective papers for the students which they have to choose. Like we have tour operation management, we have airfare ticketing, we have tour guiding, even we have MICE, events management, cargo management, even adventure tourism, right? So especially in IITTM, we provide dual specialization for the students, and and dual specializations is very, very important for you because you can choose the main specialization and you can make the career. And especially for the BBA students also, we have the specialization paper after fourth semester, I guess, right? So there is a plus point for you guys to have electives and have specializations in two major subjects. Moving forward, syllabus also contain, as I have already told you, syllabus also contains study tours, summer internship, and on-the-job training for the students, and which are the part of practical exposures for the students. And study tours normally we take you to various places. Most of the time, especially when we talk about IITM Noida and Gwalior, we normally take the students to Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute of Allied Sports in Manali, right, for the adventure activities where you can have the practical exposure. Apart from that, we have 2 month summer internship, and especially for MBA, in fourth semester, you have only few taught papers, like only 3 or 4 taught papers. After that, you have to go for the on-the-job training. And the best part of IITTM is that we normally say it's a on-job training.
Lama sir, are you here? Students, maybe we have lost the connection. We'll try to reconnect again. Lama sir, are you here, please? Students, allow us some time to please reconnect to Lama sir, please. Lama sir, please unmute yourself.
Lama sir, please unmute yourself.
Lama sir, you are visible. If you can say something so as we understand whether you are audible or not.
Lama sir is restarting his system. He is facing any technical problem. So we'll join back in 5 minutes. Hello.
Students, we just require 2 to 3 minutes. There is some technical problems. Sir has to restart his system. Please allow 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Audible, but we are unable to see you.
PPT. Okay.
Please.
Now.
Visible, sir. Visible.
Okay. Okay. So I'll start again.
Yes.
I don't know where we had the disconnection. Could you tell me, please?
So if we can move the slides.
Yes. This one.
So we are done with this.
We have done with this. Okay. 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 This one. Okay, we were doing this, right? I guess.
Yes, yes. Maybe we were on this slide only, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I was telling you that starting from day one, all the qualified and experienced faculty members from all the IITM branch will teach you the subject related papers, and they will help you and guide you in many ways, right? For example, they are very good and they try to help all the students from all the centers, and students are required to think about their career while in the college and develop their skills as per industry requirement. So this means that there is a theoretical papers which are taught by different teachers, but apart from that you have to develop your skills also side by side, which will be very beneficial for you when you go for the job. And every career requires some sort of skills, and it is applicable in the travel and tourism industry too, right? So I'm going to discuss a few key skills which are required for you all, right? And if you think you are not good on that, so you have to improve in that particular area. Okay, the first one is communication skills. So communication skills, which include speaking, writing, as well as the body language. And in the tourism business, each one can involve contact with the people of variety of background, right? Ages, nationality, as well as the temperament. So that's why the communication skills should be very good so that other can also understand you. Like thus, it is important to be able to communicate in a way that represents the business, while at the same time speaking to the customers in the way that they can understand you. right? So not going anywhere, just take the example of India, right? We have north, south, east, west, right? And their speaking terms or the tongues are a bit different. The touch of local language is there. So sometimes we can understand, sometimes we can't, but we have to understand in the proper manner so that we can reply them in the proper manner. Okay, so having exceptional communication skills means that you will have the ability to build and cultivate relationship that can make a big difference, and the client can come back again. That means that the repeated client will come again to your company, right? And so while in college, try to improve your communication skills, communicate with your mates, join extra classes offline and online, practice it on your own. So that means that if you are not that much good in English, then you have to improve your English. You have to discuss the things with people in English. You can discuss, you can talk with your mates. If you are having the problem, you can take extra classes also for that. And within this 2 year or 3 year, you have to improve yourself on your own, because after that, it's not possible to improve yourself, right? So this is actually very important. And apart from that, body language is also very important. You have to know what actually the body language you have and where you have to improve. So that's why it is important. Second one is flexibility skills. Flexibility in the way that you work in a crucial skill to have a tourism industry. Like compared to other professions, tourism jobs often demand the employee work odd hours like nights, weekends, and sometimes 24 by 7. So if there is a big peak season, right, the tourists are coming and the tourist flow are very high. So you have to work 24 by 7. There is no evening, there is no night for you. The people can, or the tourist or the customer can uh, call you anytime. So that's why you have to be very flexible, right? You need to be able to handle the pressure that may come with you working in this industry, because this industry demands many things, and it is also necessary to be switch rapidly from one task to another task as a situation may rise. So that's why you have to be flexible for doing one work as well as doing another work at the same time. And thus flexibility is an essential attribute to succeed in the tourism sector, right? So this is very important. And the people, those who are in events industry or in inbound operations, right? So normally what happens, like the people, the countries like US or USA, UK, right? Most of the flights in Delhi, they come at the night. So if you are going to airport to receive your client, you have to go during the night hours only. So especially boys they normally go to receive the clients, but sometimes nowadays even the girls are also going to receive them if the group are big. So that's why you have to be well versed earlier only to know all these things, and your flexibility will help you to become a better problem solver and will help you handle the pressure that comes with working in the fast pace of environment. So this is also a kind of skill which you have to develop. And when we talk about IITTM, IITTM will teach you how to become flexible while you are in college. Okay, as a teacher will give you lots of assignments. They will give you PPTs, every subject, every PPTs, every subject, all the assignments, and task is a task in one go. And there will be a final dates also where you have to submit your assignment as well as PPT. You can't say that sir मेरा इसका PPT था तो I can't able to do this one. तो ऐसा नहीं चलता, right? And at first you will be tensed, but later you will love this actually, because after completing your first semester, second semester, everything will be okay and you will be loving this and you will enjoy doing this. Moving forward, the third one is language skill, which is very important. In language skill are considered an additional advantage in the hospitality field as well as tourism field, and they can enhance employee chance of being hired by the company or increase their professional value at work. And speaking the same language as your client will enable you to establish a more intimate relationship with them, and which ultimately promotes customer satisfaction and loyalty. So that's why particularly in tourism sector, level of fluency in the second language is considered as a huge bonus, because it allows employees to communicate with the wider range of clients. So that's why if you have any interest starting with the first, You can join any foreign language, which will be a plus point for you, and this will help you. Like for example, IITTM will. Okay, this one is different thing. Okay, so join language courses and try to excel in that with all the means. Right, if you are doing Spanish, if you are doing French, or if you are doing German language, you have to be proficient in that. It does not mean that you are getting a grade in your certificates, but you are unable to speak. That will not happen. So if you are choosing any language, see, any language are good. It's not that you have to choose Spanish, then other people are choosing Spanish, you have to choose Spanish only. You can choose German, you can choose even Japanese, you can choose Chinese, but it totally depends upon you that how you are going to take that in a proper manner, because the ultimate goal for you is to speak in the proper manner so that it will be beneficial for your career. Right, now coming to the language part, you can join language courses online as well as offline, and language courses are offered by various embassies and the institutes in Delhi, NCR, as well as in other places. We have the private institutes where you can join the language classes, right? And apart from that, yes, IITTM from various centers, they also offer language courses for the students. So we don't have language course especially in your syllabus, right, for BBA and MBA. But yes, if you want, then you can simultaneously take the language classes and you can proceed further. Otherwise, you can choose on your own, and you can do apart from institute, you can also learn the language courses which are important for you guys. Cultural awareness are very important, and in most countries, the tourism industry cater to local and the international tourists with various cultural background. And this means that cultural awareness is an important aspect when you work in this industry, and you will often be dealing with the people whose cultural backgrounds differ from yours, right? And cultural awareness will help you to ensure that you're understanding your customer, right? Understanding your customer and what their need are, so that you are better able to provide high quality services. If you can communicate, if you know their culture, right, this will also help customers to feel comfortable and to enjoy the experience, and which will encourage them to make use of your business again in the future, right? So knowing the culture, knowing the people, knowing the particular country, knowing their food habit, knowing their language is all important. So having a good level of cultural awareness will help you as a tourism employee. You will be able to build successful relationship with your customer by understanding cultural norms and the attitude, particularly one different to your own. And when we talk about IITTM, again, in IITTM, you will find the teachers and the students from Pan India, from various areas. Like I am from Northeastern India, right? And some of the people are from MP, there are people from Jammu, there are people from Kerala, there are people from Karnataka, even from Bhubaneswar. So we have many people. And people, those who are joining, or the students, those who are joining in IITTM are from Pan India. So you can make friends, you can know about your friends, you can know about their culture, they also come to know about your culture. So that's why there is a give and take things, and India is very vast. You have to know all the things which are important. Likewise, when you go outside, you have to know about the other countries also. Like for example, in India, when we do thumbs up, that means different, but in other countries, when you do thumbs up, that means different thing. Like, and for example, if you make a victory sign, most of the people in India, they make victory sign, right? That means victory. But in some countries, that means another thing. So there are different things which I have to know. And this will come later when you do the classes. And there is a paper called Cross Culture also. So where you can understand all these things. 5 is multitasking. Flexibility and multitasking are almost same. So that's why you have to be multitasking, right? And able to fulfill multiple roles in tourism enterprises is a way for employees to render themselves indispensable to the employees. And one way of student to get a head start in developing their ability to multitask is to work on while pursuing their studies, right? And IITTM will teach you how to become multitask, because IITTM, they not only teach you, they will do many other things which are related with the administration work and which are related with the ministry work, we are equally involved into Swachhata thing like Swachhata or any project. We have in competition also, so you have to involve in that activity as well as you have to study. So that's why this will be the starting point for you, that how to become a multitasking. Sixth one is customer service skills. After completing your sixth semester, you will come to know about customer service skill, because when you go for the summer training, you will find that how to handle the customer. This is also the important task. And tourism industry is all about providing quality service to the customer. And the level of customer service you provide can easily make or break a tourism business, because customers are expecting only the best services. And if they are disappointed, they are often quick to voice their dissatisfaction publicly, right? That will hamper your company, as well as that will hamper your, as well as you, right, as an employee. And excellent customer services goes hand in hand with the understanding the need of the customer and the understanding the business. And this can be achieved by ensuring that you spend time getting to know the type of customer that the business attracts and what their expectations are. And you can then figure out that how can you best exceed those expectations. So knowing the customers are also very important. Likewise, after that, you can handle them in the proper manner. Excellent customer service skill is all about understanding the customer needs and being able to deliver a positive customer service experience. And IITTM, when we talk about IITTM, will provide you summer training as well as OJT, where you can enhance your customer service skills. Okay. Moving forward, we have networking skills. One of the key skills needed in the tourism industry is to able to network efficiently. And unlikely many other sectors of business, networking in this field is not about job hopping, but is rather a way of stimulate or repeat business from the customer. So how to get regular business from the customer is the main thing about networking here. And building a loyal clientele who are interested in returning to the tour in the long run also enhance one's career. And of course, it is also important to be able to demonstrate to employees that customers are returning thanks to the relationship cultivated with them. So relationship and networking are very important when we talk about networking skills. Learning to use language that employers like to hear, such as client relationship management and guest relations during job interviews, can enhance one's changes of their chances of being hired, right? And when we talk about IITTM attends various IITTM students attends various events, especially in Delhi NCR, as well as in Gwalior and Bhubaneswar and Indore. Try to build your networking skills. If you are going for SATE events, SATE is a tourism events. If you are going for TTF travel events, right? So you have to make the networking over there. So if you want, then you can talk with them and you can get your job. Otherwise, you can get your summer internship, right? So that's why networking are very important, and try to involve in all the events organized by IITTM or organized by Ministry of Tourism. You will come to know more and more people that will be beneficial for you after completing your master's degree. Eighth one is organizational skill. Organizational skills are a premier in the tourism trade, and the travel agent cannot be sloppy with the timing or details, as client may miss flights, right, needed for the special occasions, or miss out on that good price because you did not book in a time. So that's why it is very important that you have to be managed in the proper manner. And one piece of advice is there, especially for the people, like plan each day ahead, keeping a checklist of the things that need to be done. And this will also help you to develop strong time management skills. So that's why managing organization is also very difficult task, right? So checklist should be there every time whenever you do a job, because tourism industry, in tourism, anything can happen. Like you can also know that most of the people are booking flights uh, for many times, right? You can see the fluctuation of the rates are very high, especially in the flights. Commitments are very important. In some sound common to mention this, very much common, but it can be noted that many young people start out in the tourism field with the enthusiast outlook, but don't realize that how demanding the work is, and consequently get bored quickly. So and if they fail to understand that their job is to keep client happy, no matter the cost, such individual will never progress beyond the entry level. So that's why it is very, very important to know your job, right? And yes, in some certain time you will feel that why you are in tourism industry, but this is the thing which you have to be important for you. Can-do attitude is also important one. It is essential that the hospitality or tourism professionals be prepared to accept challenge in the workplace, no matter how difficult the task appears. Right, resolving a difficult situations for an employers boost one chances to get a pay rise as well as the promotions. So if you are ready to do the things right, and excluding enthusiasm for one's job instead of being sore will enhance one's esteem both from the customers as well as the employee. So whenever you want, you can say that can do attitude should be there when you talk about that. 11th one is the last one, and that is the IT skill, which are definitely a basic requirement nowadays in most jobs. And in fact, a number of jobs in the tourism industry require basic computer skills. So knowing computer skills as well as Microsoft Office is very important. At least you should know how to write in words, how to write, how to use the Excel sheet, how to make the PPTs, right? So these basic knowledge are important. Apart from that, uh, you have to be excel in other things also, like data searching and use of internet. So in nowadays, in today's world, this IT plays a very, very important role in all the sectors. So that's why in tourism also it plays a very, very important role. Apart from that, nowadays, like knowledge of online or social networking or the media skills are also there. So that's why you have to be active in the social media or the social handles to know many things related with the tourism, because you'll get lot of knowledge and lots of exposures in social handle also now. Now, other skills like teamwork, time management, problem solving, ability to listen is also very important, and decision making are equally important in tourism industry. So these all are the skills which you have to improve in your 2 years or the 3 years of time for BBA as well as MBA. Think it and start working to enhance your skill. Okay, I think I have told you almost all the part where you require the skills, so you can think of any one or two and you can start working on that. There are online training courses or e-learning programs in the present pandemic situation, because you can't go out. So online courses are there which are very important. You can take that courses. Some of the courses are free and some of the courses you have to pay for that, right? Like massive open online courses, we have MOOCs, right? We have Swayam, and we have IITF of Ministry of Tourism, that is Incredible India Tourist Facilitator Program, right? Certificate program. We have other areas like we have Alizon of international level, we have Harvard as well as Oxford. So these all areas you can find some of the courses are free. So you have to find it out that in which area the courses are free and you can enroll yourself. And if you want to pay, then there are various other sources also, like you have Umidi, right? You have other courses where you can pay and you can enhance your skill. So I think that's all about the skill, knowledge, skill, ITTM all done, and my PPT is also done. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask me or you can just write in the chat box so that I can reply you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the session. We have questions written on the chat box. If you can please check the chat box, sir.
Okay. So starting with, just hold on. Can we get attendance link, please? That Ranu can say. I don't know.
Yes, sir. We are sending the link, sir.
Okay, second one is kindly suggest some good institute for the foreign language, learning foreign language. See, when we talk about foreign language, there are m number of foreign language. It can be French, it can be Spanish, right? When we talk about French, we have Ole Francis, right? And embassies are there who are providing the foreign language, and I think that is the best one. And in local areas, I don't have any idea. I can say only about Delhi NCR. In Delhi NCR, we have many institutes where you can go for the foreign language. So you have to find it out there. And such syllabus of MBA is not available in website. How to get it? Ranu,
Yes,
how
sir,
to get
please.
syllabus of MBA?
Pardon, sir.
How to get the syllabus for MBA? They are asking.
Syllabus for MBA.
Yeah.
Students will be sending a link to you people for the syllabus, please.
They are saying that it's
On WhatsApp, we'll share it to you, ना? WhatsApp पे आपको
okay.
share कर दिया जाएगा.
So in recent time, what all languages are important in tourism and travel? See, whenever we talk about languages, it totally depends upon the individual. Like the interest matters a lot, right? Tourist can come from anywhere. So that's why your interest matters a lot, and the time which you give to that foreign language matters a lot. Why? Because English is the language, we can say second language for us after Hindi, right? But most of the time, if we don't practice it, then we are unable to speak in English also, right? So for example, when we talk about tourism in the sense people are coming from Spain in large numbers. People are coming from France. When we talk about Spain or the Spanish language, that is the second language after English, right? And it is spoken in almost all the continents, like South America, even in Mexico, even in Brazil, even in most of the European countries. So you can take Spanish as a language, you can take French as a language, right? You can even take German or Italian as a language. Apart from that, Japanese and Koreans are also the major language or the major market for us nowadays when we talk about India. So that's it in recent time. Okay, the one who is bored is never perfect, and the one who is perfect is never bored. Well said, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, MBA in Adventure Tourism specialization is possible from Gwalior branch. Yes, for all the centers we have MBA specializations, whether it's an Nellore, whether it's a Bhubaneswar, Goa, or Noida, or Gwalior. We have the specialization for the adventure. Ranu ma'am, the MBA have class from 4 to 5 or...
So that is a different question. I've answered the person, sir.
Sir, I want to get info about IITTM Goa. I think Ranu will give you more information about IITTM Goa. IITTM Goa is actually also known as NIWS, National Institute of Water Sports, and we have only one course from MBA last time, and this is the second time. I think, right, Ranu? So we start.
Pardon, sir?
No, we are starting the second program of MBA from IITTM Goa.
Goa. Yes, sir. This will be the second program of MBA from Goa Center.
Spanish and French, which language we should learn? It depends upon you guys. Whatever you learn in the proper manner, right? You have to speak in that. You have to speak, write, and learn, read about that particular thing. That matters a lot. Both the languages are good. Spanish is very because you don't have to twist your mouths or twist your lips. But French, you have to especially speak with your nose. So it is about that. What about the career opportunities abroad after MBA? See, career opportunities when we talk about in MBA, especially from IITTM, in last semester you have on-the-job training, right? So after completing your fourth semester, you can go for abroad for your career, right? But till fourth semester you have to be here, and IITTM will provide you the placement. So in the third semester, you can't go abroad because after after on-the-job training, you have to come to the campus again for the exam. And most probably, whenever you go for the career opportunities abroad, you have to do at least 1 year course from the country where you want to go. After that, only they will take you as a employee most of the time. How is tourism industry is different from hospitality or bit same? See, tourism industry a bit different, hospitality industry a bit different, but that is the part. Tourism, when we talk about hospitality, is the part of tourism, and when we talk about hospitality, hospitality is also the part of tourism. And hospitality, when we talk about, especially we have hotels, restaurants, and other things are coming up. But when we talk about tourism, many things are related with that. And as I've already told you that it is a amalgamation of all the areas or the sectors. So that's why it is related with almost all the sectors or the areas. Now, when you talk about tourism, let me tell you guys, it is actually very easy for you because you are learning just current affairs and general knowledge. If you improve your general knowledge and current affairs, tourism can do wonders for you, because there is no any hardcore things. Like if you have to know about the core areas, if you have to know about the products of India, right? So you have to know about India, you have to know about your place, right? So that is actually very important. Destination knowledge is very important when we talk about tourism, and then that destination knowledge can be of states, that can be of region, that can be of your locality, or can be of any countries. What kind of language we can learn? Thank you, thank you. How many foreign language we have to learn? Or one can do. ज़्यादा करने से कुछ नहीं होता है, मेन तो सीखना इज इम्पोर्टेंट. थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू. Abroad, thank you, ma'am. BBA syllabus, Ranu will give you. Sir, is summer internship is also for BBA? Yes, for both BBA and MBA we have the summer internship. When we will get the study materials, I think Ranu will tell you when you will get the study materials. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Practical skill like decision making and problem solving or time. How to, I don't, क्या हो रहा है? I think it's
Yes, it's over now, sir. We do not have any more questions related to the topic now.
okay. Okay, so thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the session. A small announcement for students. Students, there are a good number of you asking whether you have to attend X lecture or Y lecture. Please understand, students, all the lectures are common for MBA as well as BBA across centers. So whether the student is of Noida Center, Goa Center, or whichever center the person is, you have to attend all the lectures. All the lectures are for all the students of MBA as well as BBA, irrespective of your center. Thank you so much, students. It's time for lunch. I mentioned it in the chat. Please understand the timings that were given in the schedule shared were different. This is your lunch time, and the next lecture will be from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and the further next will be from 5 to 5 p.m. So this will be the timings for lecture for today as well as tomorrow. There is some printing mistake in the schedule shared. Thank you so much, students.